Previously on Vase Breakers.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. He also stood in this room before he was brutally killed.
No, not the room.
You touched the door handle on the way in here?
Yes.
Oh, man. Guy totally touched that right before he was brutally killed.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Is the air okay? Did he touch the air?
Yeah, he probably breathed a lot. Until he didn't, because he was brutally killed.
Oh my god.
I know. Yeah, it's awful.
Okay, that was a good bit. Then we can move on now.
Hello. Dinosaurs breathe the same air as us?
It's true though, they did.
It's a random fact. I'm gonna call it a fact. It's a random piece of information. What happened to me? Good question. What happened to Tom now? Yes, Ginger. I'm all filled on in the last stream, more or less.
All I'm saying is I have not seen Clay and Tom in the same room for the past 2 days. So I think they're the same person, guys.
What is the swapsies? I know it's kind of ridiculous, but apparently Tom got called in for an audition right quick. Hi, Jay Raven. What up? What up? Welcome to the NyanCave. My name's Clay. Oh, yeah, and picture. Tasso, thank you. Totally forgot to do this. Very belated congrats on finishing the first case of Trials and Tribulations. College Phoenix is deep. Maybe a derp? Oh, and it's awesome to see Mia live again. It was. And in fashion. Nandres Dahlia voice is amazing. Aw.
Oh, you.
Another
Thanks.
fusion? Yeah, we've been killing each other. Like Pyra and Meat right now. I don't know who that is, Suzu. Playing Tom are both zombies. I think that makes sense. Tasso, thank you. Without further ado, let's just roll on into it. I hear last time everything changed.
Here, I'll recap it for you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Pearls is back.
Yeah.
Maya's there.
The urn was real.
The urn was real.
The funny thing is, I think this is exactly where we left off the first time.
Oh, you're not a sleepy boy anymore. I have to turn that off. Say bye, Pearls. Bye, Pearls.
You guys did save, right?
Did we save? No. Tom doesn't save. Tom didn't save in 999 either.
Okay, good. There are things. Okay.
There are things. Yeah, this is where we left off.
Good. I'm pretty sure when I left off, we were in this exact position.
Were we?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is new. Yeah, Tom didn't save last time on 999. So I saw that you had it minimized, and I was like, I'll just no. I'll open and save, and it's a good thing I did. Otherwise, we would have lost all our progress.
Wow. Man, see? I might save a lot, but at least I save.
Yep. So this is when we were discovering the truth. The urn is real.
Yes, the urn is real.
And she put it back together again properly because Pearls is 8.
Breaking it properly.
After breaking it properly.
And Adrian made fun of a 9-year-old for not being able to spell. Such is the world. The android saves the day.
No, I saved the 999.
Remember the time I didn't save in Danganronpa? Did that happen?
Yes.
How much did we lose? We didn't lose. Oh, right. It was school time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was for, I think it was Byakuya.
Yeah, we lost Byakuya.
Byakuya.
That wasn't too bad.
Byakuza.
It wasn't like some main story stuff. That'd be bad. Oh, goodness.
Oh, right.
Ami
And
face
she was
statue.
like, I was just so embarrassed that I moved the Ami face statue over the paint that I spilled a few days ago.
Oh, we can learn about that box? Alright.
What about the box? We learned about it yesterday. I can't remember what, though.
The first time that we came down here, it was on that night, or the night that the sacred urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the wall or the floor in the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from a mountain training hall.
Just happened? No one ordered it?
And I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it there when you first, or that's where I put it where you first saw it. That's why. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. That explains everything. But there's still one thing I find strange. I'm the only one who's asking questions. I'm also the only one who's doing any work. Mr. Nick, how much are you paying me? You'll be in touch with my union.
Valid questions.
What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, who was it? Who would have done it and why?
On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. And then the next day, it was moved. But why? Hey, Yuki! 3011. Thank you, and welcome to the sponsor familia, as Tom likes to call it. One of us, one of us. Thanks, guys, for the warm welcome there. Of course, asking the mods on how to make your way down to Discord if you so choose. The welcome room and how to Neandra has some good information.
Man,
Are an enjoyer of collecting currencies.
some dank things happened with waffles this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dank?
So dank.
Super dank. But, once again, welcome. Thank you.
Also, Discord might be dying.
Oh, one of those things again where the servers are going down?
Yeah.
Notes. Happens every now and again. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, which I love, was at KB Security. So then why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
I'm surprised you can say undeniable.
I'm really surprised, too. But I did.
Yuki.
Yuki.
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Damn.
We were so close. We didn't have time, though. Like, literally, it was like, I think we had 12 seconds before the 2-hour mark.
Well, I mean, at least only the 12 seconds would be cut off.
Oh, so does I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's a flat 2 hours and whatnot, but it seems like it processed fully, so that's good.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Zero, congrats. What is it this time?
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Oh, what? Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmey's trial today.
Detective Atmey?
They say they're gonna try him as mask to mask.
Already? That was fast.
Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial, but I'm stuck here with you.
Ooh. I know. By the way, where's Pearls and what the fuck was that?
What was that? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
Wow, that was random. Holy crap, Pearls.
I was here for the plot.
I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Why are we ignoring this?
I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
That incident in that garage.
The incident.
With
She's
that,
never been the same
that
since.
guitar and, and the band and the mouse
ball.
and the ball. And
With that urn.
and that. Ah, John, please!
Oh, am I gonna be Ron?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, you can do that.
Please, don't ignore me. Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning. No one likes me.
Oh.
No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
On the contrary, I think that we're disproving that today.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec.
You don't mean you're the murderer?
No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor.
It can be. Not if they're a bad thief. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists.
Do you really think that there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
It's possible. But today's trial's a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time, like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option.
But why, Nick?
Foreshadowing. Ooh. Ooh. These can definitely be poor, right? That's what I was thinking.
Aladdin was poor.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! I need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Oh, yes. Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's our boss.
Nice chops. The judge is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. Man, oh no. That's not a dignified way to go. Oh no, oh jeez. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. Oh boy. Oh boy. Brutally murdered, you see, after touching the door and stuff.
Oh no, not the door. Call back.
However, the time of death was estimated at 1 a.m. as of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial, but the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness. Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant. Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Whew. Ha. You've got guts, Trite. All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What?
No, that's not true. No, man, no.
I love Phoenix's. I love Phoenix's what?
What?
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something?
If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
Well, it's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard at his office in KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until about a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
1 a.m. That's the exact time the murder took place.
Woo.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
God damn it. So vague.
He's so cool. You'd never know it from the way he's chugging it down.
So is that 2 cups of coffee we're at? 2 cups of coffee?
Well, he's taken 2 sips.
Well, no, because he had one and then he
Oh,
got slid another
yeah,
one. So
the-
I think we're at 2 cups of coffee.
Can we get a coffee count?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
My Visit to KB Security by Rhonda Light.
That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security.
1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was also a bit.
1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure.
The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there.
It ordered you there.
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter, or that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've got other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They say things like, steal this or take that.
Why don't we save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? So, what did the blackmail letter in question say?
Oh, it said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? The perfect motive for committing murder.
But wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do.
Muddy Mud Skipper.
Muddy Mud Skipper.
Muddy Mud Skipper.
That was a character from Ren and Stimpy. There was the Muddy Mud Skipper show, and they loved the Muddy Mud Skipper show.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't recall
Just
that.
like powdered toast.
Oh, yeah, I remember Powdered Toast, man.
Man. Yep.
That was the weirdest shit.
It was. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything.
Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask to mask thing, but I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me.
He didn't.
Anyways, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me.
So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was mask to mask.
That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
Then why'd you go?
I've been working for KB Security until about a year ago. That's why I knew where his office was.
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right?
Yeah, that's right.
A security chief? You! And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, a mud skipper's a type of fish.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Why would we launch one to space?
I don't know. There's probably some sort of reference that we don't get.
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject.
Life after being fired.
The life after being fired, yeah.
What did you do after being fired from KB Security?
I spent a lot of time looking for work, but then I decided I wanted to start something myself.
Not good. This is going to be bad from bad to worse.
So I started looking at books, TVs, and movies, learning all that I could about masked men.
My masked man.
So you wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men, you funny guy.
No, that's not right. I wanted to become.
Your Honor, let's move along, shall we? But you asked the question. You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. Way to bring the spinning buzzsaw 1 inch closer to your own neck, Ace Attorney.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful.
But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah. Well, that evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office.
Oh, shoot, no.
So I guess it's not life after.
Yeah. The reason you were fired. It's kind of funny. I don't know. Because you said without reason. But we'll see about that.
Why he was fired. Why he was fired. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well,
The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I'd never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed money.
You needed money.
Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Hey, Monobro. Thanks. Mudskippers can breathe air, so I guess it'd be doubly doomed in space, since there's no air or water.
Oh. Yeah, because
That makes
they're
sense.
semi-aquatic fish.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fish
Doubly
things.
doomed or just half doomed?
No, twice as doomed, because there's nothing in space.
Thanks, Monobro.
I mean, technically there's everything in space, but not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? Oh, my salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company.
Come again?
KB Security had a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security chief,
You stole some data and sold it.
but Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
What? I wish I'd never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you. Hashtag roasted, dab on the haters.
Hey, Dashnak and Prince Gibbs. Thanks for subscribing.
So, you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
Why is Ron such a poor, unfortunate soul? Like, oh man, I didn't want to get murdered, so I put him in the safe. You what? I put him in the safe. Why were you fired? I stole company data. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. I bet you Desi would be like, oh, you're such a man.
Ooh.
Taking charge of your life like that?
No fingerprints.
Oh yeah, in that, if you check it, you can see that's Atmey, and the guy in the background is Dun 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 Ron Delight
Oh, no way.
on his very first heist.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
No fingerprints on it. Found at the table of the scene. Kane's list.
Yeah, so that was it. That was in his office. We don't know what it means really.
Well, these are all the things that were stolen.
Yes, with prices, but they don't seem to be accurate to what the things are worth.
Well, I wonder if they were, and that's what Ron was just getting paid. He's giving them like 10%.
Ooh, maybe.
But Desi already talked about she hates cowardly thieves. Yeah, but those cowardly thieves weren't buying her bling bling, you know?
No, she hates a lot of things.
Yeah.
It seems.
It changes as well.
Yeah.
She didn't hate thieves. She hates people who frame people.
Yeah, she hates people who frame people
Yeah.
who are pretending to be other people or
Yeah.
whatever.
The thieves are fine, though.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Buzzer went off at 1:02 a.m. Ah, yes. Received from Larry Butts. I hear Larry was quite the character this time around.
Yeah, Larry was here. He's bad. There's a lever that you're never supposed to pull that he hangs his jacket on.
Oh, my God.
Because if it just happens to get pulled, then that's not his fault. Because he's super curious to see what happens. Maya's also curious because she's crimes.
She hates fake hoes. From the mass second heist on, his stealing was directed by blackmail letters. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in the box. Kept out of sight. Did we ever solve... Oh, the pink paint.
Yeah.
Something to that.
Because, okay, so she drops the thing, and then she's like, oh my god, I dropped it! And so she picks up the box, and then the pieces fall into the paint. She's like, oh my god, I fell into the paint!
Oh, no.
So it was slapstick comedy.
Slapstick. Urn box. Wooden box is a sacred urn, and it has pink stains on it. Is this updated? Written with a fountain pen. Interesting. Found in Ron's room. Mask to mask. Alright, so. Fired me from selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that.
Let's press it.
Well, let's go to the end. It wasn't much there. We should
yeah.
press that, and then we will. I just want
Yeah,
to see if
because it's
there's
the only thing that's
anything in there.
new.
I guess it would have gone that way anyway after I pressed it. Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby. What else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste! So, Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she?
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
I can't believe it. This case has even gotten Maya into seriously thinking about couples. Thank
I would
God
never-
that Pearls isn't here.
Never hide a secret from you, Nick. Would you hide a secret from me?
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful.
But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah.
So wait, did we miss something then?
Oh, we are missing something.
Because I'm not really seeing any contradictions here. Oh, shoot. Was it this one that had the options? Because there was a third.
Yeah, there was a say nothing.
Yeah.
So let's say nothing. That one.
Is this one?
Yeah. That one. No.
Oh, I
never
guess
mind.
we don't have the options.
I guess we don't have it
to move
anymore.
Forward.
Hmm.
We didn't even like really press into this. We just talked about our own keeping secrets. So we're keeping secrets from Desi.
Well, what do we have to present?
A lot of stuff.
Because I don't think we have anything that contradicts this fact.
No, right?
But it's the only thing that changed, which
Pink
makes me
autopsy
think that we do.
Oh, cerebral hemorrhaging. Ugh. Because I mean, well, hold on, wait a second.
What does Ron's testimony
Yeah,
say?
I was gonna check that because that makes sense. If he's hiding something. Oh yeah, from his second heist on, he was stealing as directed by the blackmail letters. And Phoenix doesn't want that fact to come to light, but I feel like it has to.
Well, he does say that he didn't have anything on him. The blackmail
Yeah.
threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me any trouble or anything. Then why did you go?
Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? If I don't know your real identity, I'm sure it was referring to the whole master mask. This didn't happen last time.
This did not happen last time.
This didn't happen last time.
No, it did not.
No.
Tisk. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof that the defendant was masked a mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier.
But that was over. That was all over once I was fired. But is it true, or it is true that the fact? But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. I'm having reading issues today. Even so, there is no reason for you to pay up now, a whole year later.
Is that really true?
What is it, Nick?
The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Let's go with yes, he would. Yeah, sure he would. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Huh. Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow.
I don't know how that applies to the situation right now.
It's because Ron is becoming a man.
Oh, that's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo. Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence and back up your assertion. 3. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public?
Because of his wife. He doesn't want Desi to know.
That's true. That's true. That makes sense. Let's throw the wife.
Let's use Desi.
Hates criminals and cowards more than anything. Oh, well, here we go.
Whoosha! Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday.
Huh? What doesn't?
I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife.
Oh, but I listen to me. My Desi, she's...
Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot. Yes, we know. It was your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole the company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that's how this murder came about. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Desi like that.
Oh.
Or you'll be sorry.
Oh my.
I will murder you and put you in a safe. I mean, no, it slipped out.
Well, it seems. Now, we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret.
You know what's funny?
A family man who cared just a little too much.
Is the judge getting all philosophical now?
He is, but you know what's funny?
Huh.
Von Karma whipped us with whips. Godot whips us with words.
Ooh.
Motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened to the crime scene at 1 a.m, Mr. Delight? Come now. Tell us. We're all ears.
Words and coffee. Ah, yes, the old tongue lashing.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow in there.
Whoa, 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 that was spooky. That was some
Yeah.
jokey shit. Oh my god.
Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Well, when I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead.
Oh, I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course. Since Atmey turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie.
Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trade? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious. Why suspicious? Suspicious is the hardest word for me.
Who was this suspicious shadow?
Oh wow, look at you.
Yeah. Hey, shut up.
If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me. There are 1,000 of me, and even one, yeah. Phew. His dodging of all our questions is not helping us win this case.
Okay then, how was the victim Mr. Bullard at that time?
What do you mean by how was he?
Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place.
That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Forget it. Just forget it.
Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed and confused.
Your forehead?
Yeah, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was amazingly fast and a powerful attack.
Who? Do you remember anything about who hit you?
Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit, so I think I was dazed for a little while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking.
Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Phoenix getting violent here, my god.
If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed.
The mask?
The mask.
The mask. That. Could you please clarify what you're referring to?
Why, my mask to mask costume, of course.
Oh, wait just a moment. Mask to mask.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before?
I masked a mask.
Just to be on the safe side, I dressed up as Mask to Mask. And then I descended upon the CEO's office with KB security.
What?
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me.
Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really likes to keep secrets.
I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just sort of slip your mind?
He descended dancingly even. Right, Arthur?
Ha! My sixth cup is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
Why were you dressed up as Mask to Mask?
Why? Because I'm Mask to Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Mask to Mask trial's being held next door.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, you know, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected.
Took a lot longer? What's he talking about?
I'd laugh if Desi dropped him off
Oh my god.
on her motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
And
An accomplice.
yeah, well, just like, have fun at your meeting, dear.
What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. Oh, right.
Oh, crap.
My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
Oh, what was that? Back up a second. Oh, no.
Yeah?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe.
Well, yeah.
Damn it, Ron.
Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts into the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off.
Well, he's never had a good time then.
Oh my
I
God.
love jumping in the washing machine with my clothes. Yay!
I'm getting clean.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Ah, well, yes. Why am I the only one on the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving over the fair weather judge.
I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer.
It's not exactly what I meant.
When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes?
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were?
That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence.
We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I betcha he's still hiding something. I betcha he's doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll have to draw it out of him.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated.
Why you gotta go make things so complicated? See the way.
So, I know you might not know what they're talking about, but I know what they're talking
you
about,
do?
so I will tell you.
Ooh, well, let's press this first.
Who was this suspicious shadow?
If there were 1,000 of me and even
Oh,
one
wait.
knew, I'd tell you. Yeah, we've done this.
Oh, my
So-
bad. I thought this was the last one. I had it backwards.
It's the buzzer. The buzzer should have been going off at that time. Because Kane hit the buzzer.
Nah, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay. No, there's a buzzard record.
1:02 a.m. Oh yeah, so someone must have pushed it. But would Ron know that though? Oh.
Yes, it was a very loud buzzer.
Oh wow.
It was like a klaxon, if you would.
Klaxon.
Yes. That's a brand of air horn kind of thing.
All right, let's do it.
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? Oh, what might this be?
How is it being uninformed playing this game? I know most things, but it's fun. I'm on a little ride here.
The record for the emergency buzzer. The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Oh, what? If Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection.
Whew. Ha. Let's remember who it is we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. What? No way he worked there. He was
the chief
He
of-
was the chief. How does that make any sense? Thank you, Phoenix. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security, Nimrod. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection.
Ooh. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard is a pathetic loser. Ooh. Who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend.
Oh yeah, that happened.
And wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. Was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Yeah, so
Objection.
what happened with Larry
Woo.
is his ex-girlfriend showed up with her current, like, her new boyfriend,
Oh yeah.
and
At the
then-
security place?
I can't remember if he went there or they went there. They met up at some point in the morning and he got punched in the face.
Oh, why?
Because Larry is a loser.
Aw.
According to the game. I think he's kind of
Aw.
charming.
Huh. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
Objection!
This buzzer's extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Woo! 7th cup of coffee? Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Oh, unconscious, so he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what you're trying to say... Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court, order! Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Objection!
Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course.
Objection, there's no fingerprints on the buzzer.
He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to press that button. Ah! So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yeah,
I can prove it all right.
Because there were no fingerprints on that.
So the only
fingers.
person who would have hit that buzzer must be wearing gloves. Who do we know who
opinion is
wears
this, Your Honor?
gloves?
Mr. Look at me.
I was gonna say Santa Claus, but we're okay.
Okay, yep. We established that Luke Atmey wears gloves in the first trial.
We did, but maybe it's a coincidence.
I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. Oh, the emergency buzzer. There's some kind of clue on it. Absolutely not. That's a fun line. I love how Phoenix is so smug when he says that too. His hands on his hips. Absolutely not. Hey, come now. At least you could give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard really pressed it himself, Naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. Woohoo!
Objection!
Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off.
Objection!
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched the button, I know he did.
He touched the butt.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Woohoo! Order, order, order! Ha! It would seem I've been forced to eat crow.
That's a saying. I can't remember what it means, but it's like you can get your comeuppance or something.
Huh.
Let's all get on the Google so we understand video games, I guess.
Like, yeah.
I've been forced to eat crow. Eating crow is a colloquial idiom used in English-speaking countries that means humiliation by admitting having been proven wrong after taking a strong position.
Oh, neat.
Crow is presumably foul-tasting in the same way, or whatever, it's fine. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is.
However, the real killer was there at the scene.
Colloquial idiom.
Why would the person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger?
Yes.
What is this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha! It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're onto you, Nick.
Run! Run! They're onto us!
Nick, I'll throw this flash bomb and you run.
Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight
And
just
Mr. Delight just
waltz.
happened to waltz in there when the murder was taking place, right? Whoa, that was emphasis wronged.
The killer clobbered Mr. Delight, then sounded the buzzer.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed.
Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
To find out what it did.
So you call the security guard, I'd have to say.
Man, no, after I've murdered someone and I see a button that's like big and red, it's like, ooh. But what does this do?
What does it do, though?
I mean, I already killed someone. I might as well push this button, I guess.
I've gotten mad with power.
Ooh, this keyboard is just a series of buttons. I might as well push all of these. But yeah, you right.
Killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that is exactly what they wanted. Huh. So you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And Blobby McBlobblock, the real killer.
Hey, Angriest Gamer, thank you. That would better be the intro to the next stream. Shoot.
That butt better be. Yeah.
That butt.
I'll try to find it. It was about at 108, let's say. 108. We'll write down 108.
Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light.
And if any security guards came running in at the time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder.
But a better butt.
Order, order, order! Huh. It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Twice. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is...
We're gonna drag that person in here right now.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security last night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Oh!
Hold it. Hey, angriest gamer, thank you. Oof. Oofity. Godot coffee count. Big number, right? Hey, angriest gamer. Thank you. And oof. So, I think it was the badge.
I think it was the badge.
Look Atmey.
I think it was maybe him. Probably him, but it could also be his wife. But it was probably him.
Delight?
She was a delight, though.
What?
Right? But it's probably Luke, because he wears gloves.
Detective Luke Atmey. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace detective.
Luke Atmey?
You mean Master Mask did it?
Well, that was really high pitched for Ron.
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all, oh boy. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
But why, though? Why, though?
Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more of a serious crime? Not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It is a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atmey confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well. Mask to mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor.
But then who was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor?
In other words, being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Luke Atmey's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. Like a mud skipper. Oh, guilty verdict as an alibi.
This case is wild,
Pretty
though.
wild. Well, the worst part is we dug our own grave for most of it. Now we're digging ourselves back out.
You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atmey's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was one who committed the murder. Luke Atmey's trial. Mr. Luke Atmey's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this?
A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Cock-a-galooey show.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
Mr. Delight!
So, please, I'm begging you.
We're having a moment here between Ron and Phoenix here. I feel like they're gonna like reach out and touch hands or something.
Don't lose your way.
Thanks. But from the save point. My decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Oh, you can. Phoenix. Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. Oh.
Oh my god, I got you.
That voice. It sounded like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atmey to the stand. Yes, Your Honor.
I will place the magnifying glasses around the magic circle and I will summon him.
Oh!
Well, Sir Detective Atmey. You're at me or I'm at? Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe you should actually, because the witness.
I have to say, Mr. Payne,
Oh, wow.
you performed splendidly.
Oh my.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atmey, you are the one who.
Whoa!
Canadian accent for the judge. It's been requested.
What?
Give the judge a Canadian accent.
What's a Canadian accent?
Oh, that's enough, eh?
Oh, that's enough. This court sees no reason for further prolong this trial. Kind of western a bit.
Do you even Canada, bro?
No, not at all.
This court finds the defendant Luke Atmey guilty there, eh? Hey there, bud. Sorry, man, you're going to prison. For a long time there, eh?
This court finds the defendant Luke Atmey.
You're doing it. You're doing it. Keep going.
Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please.
Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom.
SHTH fan 1. Behold, the best character of the entire series, Canadian judge. I'm a West Coast Canadian, man.
Yeah, we don't have like strong Canadian accents here.
Thank you so much.
Maybe if you grew up in a
SHTH.
small town, like we had pretty hardcore Canadian accent where I grew up.
Oh, wow, there you go. Oh!
Who's this hoser, eh?
Look at those eyes! Oh my god!
He looks like a moose.
Oh no, he's actually Canadian too! I was like, what the fuck? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, who's this hoser, eh?
Oh, who's this hoser, eh?
Yeah, there you go, bud.
Oh, who is this hoser there, eh?
Those eyes are fucking incredible. I want that to be an emo.
He's got them moose eyes, yo.
Whoa.
You know? When you
Whoa.
sneak up on a moose there, and then he's like, oh, buddy, and you're like, oh, man, sorry there, bud.
Who's this hoser, eh?
Oh. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atmey.
Accusation. You accuse Mask to Mask.
That man is not mask to mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
Whoa, what? Those fucking eyes. Judge bro, feeling moosey.
Feeling a little moosey here, eh?
Woo! Well, just gonna wrap that up.
Yeah, just wrap that up there, buddy.
Wrap that up there, buddy. Cut this stream short.
Well, we're gonna cut the stream short, or is that joke
No,
there?
we can't.
Oh, it's Jape's day.
It's way too early. Ooh.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then, she's still alive
Aww.
inside your Kokoro. That's how we say, Nicky boy.
Oh, Mr. Light.
Is it true that detective? Is it true that detective is the real killer?
He's kind of a scumbag.
To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it.
But Wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. This is an oops moment, Phoenix. I need to find some solid proof, and it's gotta happen sooner rather than later.
The android do judge? Well, we'll see if he ever comes back.
If he comes back, don't get angry there, little guy.
Sounds a lot like Acro.
Oh no, it doesn't.
You sure?
Does he? Oh man. I'll have to study Canadian after this.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atmey, please take the stand.
Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atmey has no idea what you mean. Of course, I've been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what was going on in here.
You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask.
Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses.
Oh, wow.
Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example.
So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask.
But of course.
Very well then, Luke Atmey, let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time?
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself.
Wait, what?
One without knowledge lacks the knowledge to know that he should be ashamed of himself. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks. All right, Mr. Atmey. The night of the murder. Speak.
Oh, it all makes sense, which is why he was so, like, when he was giving his testimony about what happened in Lordly Taylor,
Yeah.
he was, like, not sure it kind of went on, because he wasn't there.
Oh.
We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor.
Ooh. The alibi. Sounds like a oh man.
Like a Matthew McConaughey movie?
I guess so. Yeah, I was gonna say that should.
Nah,
that
man,
should
I have
been
an alibi.
That should have been the sequel. That should have been the sequel to The Hangover. That'd be really funny.
The sequel, yeah, that would be. That'd be good.
Okay, and hear me out. I'm gonna pitch this movie to everybody. Okay, ready?
Yep.
So The Hangover, right?
Yep.
Couldn't remember what happened, and then they figure out what happened. The alibi. He's been charged with murder, but he was blackout drunk that night and can't remember what happened. And so, to find out where he actually was, they have to figure out the whole thing, like The Hangover. It's basically The Hangover again, but the stakes are higher because he's being tried for murder.
That sounds good. Okay, we will make a note of that. Send email to Hollywood executives. I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask, just as I announced I would.
It'd be really cool if he was like, he became a masked thief while he was blackout drunk.
He's a superhero that only awakens when he's drunk.
Yeah, it's starring Jackie Chan.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was at the same time as the murder.
These testimonies have been really short.
Yep.
Seems the main point of discussion will be the photo of the crime scene. Everything else until now is part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well.
Even the great mask to mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
Francisca would love this.
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
The only thing he's full of is his alibi.
Full of it. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Ah.
The alibi.
Oh, stealing a mask is earn his mask to mask, just as I announced I would.
So, this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Something to do
Yeah.
with the paint being there
Yes.
and the statue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask, because he probably changed the data, because he had access to that, so he could have changed the time.
That is why I'm called Mask to Mask.
But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is. Oh, what do you mean?
Objection!
Ooh. Huh. Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atmey? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as mask to mask to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
Oh. Well, I mean, technically the accomplice could be Ron.
Oh my god, no, it's Desi.
What? What?
She's spending all of his money.
What? Spending whose money? Ron's?
She's spending all of Ron's money that he's getting from doing these things.
Okay.
It's the perfect...
I don't know. That seems wrong.
Okay.
I don't think we should name the accomplice just yet. Oh, we'll give it up for now.
If Luke Atmey was at KB Security during the murder, then the mask to mask in this picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an accomplice.
But right now, I have no idea who it was.
I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are what the guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm gonna find it.
Ginger, I just like to convict people's waifus. It gives me pleasure.
Yeah.
I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. You truly are evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always so proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was, the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
You know, that's true. It is kind of odd.
The photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness.
So, by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here. Is that correct?
Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. I'm super guilty.
The thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up.
It's a bit odd.
We all have days like that.
Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad, blue melody.
It looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he truly is the killer, there's got to be something phony in that photo.
You don't think it's that the box doesn't have pink on it, do you?
That makes a lot of sense, actually. It does. About the camera that took this photograph.
Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
No. I would never think that.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. It looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious.
So, this alibi's false?
It has to be, or else he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullet at KB Security.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual.
There are two possibilities. Either the mask-to-mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is.
I was stealing the urn as mask to mask, just as I announced I would. Ooh, we should save, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. We're a bit lost here. I say, indeed. Do you wanna accuse Jesse of being the accomplice? Okay, hold on, let me take one look here. Yeah, the box doesn't have paint on it. That is interesting. Adrian dropped Aaron's box 2 weeks ago. She also knocked over some paint. Being is suffering. Sacred Urn has some paint stains on it. So, do you think we could probably throw the urn box? Probably at this one? Do you have any ideas?
I have no ideas at all. I'm thinking. That's why I've been quiet.
Oh, I see.
The hamsters are spinning.
The hamsters are turning?
They're turning.
Sacred Urn itself, broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Second Heist Dawn was stealing and directed by blackmail letters. Damn. Well, maybe not the paint. The box makes the most sense to me. Wait a second. Was the date on
Yes.
No, it isn't.
No. Oh no. There's no date. Yeah.
This could have been taken a day prior. At that time.
Oh, so Desnay.
Yeah.
You're so smart.
Right? But it did say
Wait,
Lordly
what
Taylor's.
are the camera, the picture thingy? Down, left, that one.
This one?
Yes.
Camera day went off at 1 a.m. Time of the crime. Damn. That might contradict that a little bit. But, oh wait, this was updated. Carried into the basement on the day of the crime, moved again that night.
Because it would have been in shot if it had stayed put where it was at, right?
Yeah, because that's where it is, right?
Yeah, it would have been in the shot of the camera, but it's not.
Tom's a fucking genius. Well, Tom's not here. So, like, do we throw the statue? Like, that's the weird thing. There are a lot of things that we can use, but I don't know which one best illustrates our point. Photograph contains no words, but like, you could also hit that one.
Yeah, I think that one sounds like the right one.
Yeah.
Because it's like Haha, the only thing it was witness to was your own undoing.
Yeah.
Gasp, I am shocked by this turn of events.
All right, well, let's try throwing the box at it.
You think the box? Okay, let's do the box.
Buzzer record runs testimony. Oh, runs testimony. Oh, yeah, blackmail letters. Kane's list. Throw in the box.
Objection!
Ah, damn it. Not at all. Damn. Ah, sure, if you say so.
What?
Every shot donation, 2 shots for Clay Hype. I don't know about that. I don't think I want to make points to the judge. Was it this one? Photograph is proof. Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. Called mask to mask, but conveniently, this also means nobody really is. What do you mean?
Objection.
This is not, in fact, Luke Atmey. That can be an accomplice dressed up as mask to mask to create an alibi. Lone Wolf Luke.
Let's
Damn.
point the finger at someone.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You want to just go for it?
I don't know. Sure. Let's get silly. What's the worst that could happen?
If Luke Atmey was at KB Security during the murder, then the mask to mask in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly. You had an accomplice. I remember you said that, Mr. Trite, because there's no going back. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God. If you're making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
penalize me. That penalty's probably really hot and meaty.
So who is it, Mr. Trite? Who was the accomplice?
Ami Faye.
Ami Faye. Well, because we know Ron was at KB Security because he hid
Yeah.
the body and
Yeah.
stuff, and there's no way he could be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Detective
Mask
Gumshoe's
to
doing.
mask is his.
It's his accomplice.
Yeah. Yeah, send it.
Actually?
I don't know.
God damn it. With your hot, meaty penalty. Like, if it is Desi, how are we supposed to know it's Desi? Like,
No, let's just throw mask to mask because we have a picture of mask to mask.
Take that!
It was this person. Huh. That's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice? Well, the aura that this person has around them, it's... If you're going to judge someone by their aura, you'd be right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. Wright. I jumped the gun on that one.
Let's go through the things again and see if we missed anything. No, like let's objection him, you know? Like
Well-
press him on stuff some more. Just to see if we missed anything.
About the camera that took this photograph.
Oh,
So-
come no, it's all too clear what you're thinking.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
Afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense. But I thought Luke Atmey, like, it was his computer or something. Like, he had some part in this.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious.
So the alibi's false.
Has to be. Or he couldn't have been killed at Mr. Bullet. He was
But I'm
security.
not really spotting anything unusual.
There are two possibilities. Either way, either the mask to mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is.
So did we press this one? Let's press this one.
We did. This is the one that leads us to the alibi.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the next one?
Or the accomplice.
Well, we press this one. I don't.
I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point,
That's right. 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. You sent the calling card 10 days before that, but that would mean you sent after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed, there was no reason I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see.
Naruhodo.
You truly are evil, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the evilest. Ma 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 ma. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always so proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
You know, that's true. It is kind of odd.
Press this one.
Hold it!
So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct?
Indeed it is. That is it.
Oh, proofs. That thing, it proves you committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now.
Lordly Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could have not killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice.
Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Oh, what? Goddamn. You bet there is.
Are you implying this picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match the memory of that night. Oh, well, let's see what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
I wonder if we could have named an accomplice, you know?
Yeah. Is it the paint?
I think so. I think it is this.
Is it the paint?
that or
Is it the box?
I know, right? That's like the crummy part here is the paint or the box. But let's go with the paint.
Okay. And if that fails, we can do the box.
Yeah.
Take that!
The funny part is right here. Why this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting.
Oh no.
Not exactly. That stain is actually pink paint.
Judge plays Danganronpa.
Yeah, Judge plays Danganronpa, confirmed.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Sweats externally.
Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
The statue of Ami Faye.
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Are you going to be Nick being Andrews, or shall I do it?
God, no, I got it.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime at around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. Or something like that. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there that night the theft took place.
It's a very odd thing to do.
For the memes, Clay.
I myself was there that night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then the statue should have been there.
Objection.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would have taken more than an accidental push to move in that distance. Huh. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Should have seen Pearly voicing Adrian. Oh no.
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
Oh, tits.
It was Ami Faye's golden statue.
Or her ghost.
It was mask to mask. Also, it was Luke Atmey. Wait. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Sure.
I guess it would have to be Luke Atmey, right?
Because we're talking about the crime of stealing the urn, not the crime of murder.
Murder.
And if he was creating an alibi, he could do it easily the second night, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like you said.
All right, let's try it.
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions.
Mr. Wright, on what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be Mask to Mask to create an alibi for you by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like the cheap film at a drugstore. And that's why you had to move the statue. Oh, a single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist? Oh, that's a big chunk of health, too.
The time. Because it only shows the time and it doesn't show the date. That's my thoughts.
That was
because-
my idea. You stole it.
Original Neandroid idea, TM, copyright.
Steal.
Do not steal.
It might be the box tube. Let's try this. Oh, God. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be at Lordly Taylor at this time.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed besides the warehouse door? Or
Yeah, I think it's just supposed to be beside the warehouse door. Shit game, 0 out of 10.
Oh, well.
the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
Ah, feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good.
What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Okay, is Phoenix trying to do these metaphors and similes because of Godot, and they're just like really ridiculous?
Well, I mean, that is a saying that I've heard before, but like maybe only twice in my life.
I've never heard that before.
It's so like it makes so much sense when you think about it. A long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. They can't sit anywhere because all the rocking chairs are everywhere, and they'll get on their tail.
Makes sense. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in the photo.
Gua.
Phoenix being a dork and trying to up Godot, but his metaphors and vagueness are very, yeah. It was a simile, yes. I know. With like or as.
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this?
And that's what I was looking at.
Oh, what's that?
The data from the basement warehouse computer. Oh, the software is his.
Yeah.
According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
Objection!
It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Ah!
Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the
Godot.
defense has a very good point. A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Which is?
Ooh. That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. Oh, that's very true.
No way! Don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask,
Yes.
if there's no funny business in your actions as Mask Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. She.
The Sacred Urn Heist.
I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was sent into the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Truth in the nuggets, everybody.
Truth in the nuggets.
Truth in the nuggets. I don't know why chicken nuggets are called nuggets. Nuggets don't really sound appetizing.
Nope.
Really? Right?
Well, I mean, maybe back when like golden nuggets were a thing, and everyone's like, "Oh man, you got nuggets," and it's like, "Oh, there's some really good nuggets in this creek back here. I'm a
my God.
prospector. This is my prospector voice.
Huh.
Yeehaw,
nuggets
Alaska
nuggets are like a
Panhandle."
Western thing?
I don't know.
I love nuggets.
Witness, are you sure there are no mistakes this time?
Svari.
I guess that means yes.
Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
They wouldn't take a Zavari in a real court. They'd be like, yes or no.
Yeah, they would absolutely be like, yes or no.
Yes or no.
Svari. Yes
Or no.
I first received the request from Lily Taylor about 20 days ago.
I've been to court one time actually, and I had to. It was actually I had to actually stand on the stand and declare myself guilty. It was-
What?
Yeah, it was a really weird experience.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like even yeah, I know.
What?
It was a speeding ticket.
And they made you say that you were guilty?
Because
Did
I-
you have to swear on the Bible? Did you refuse? Were you like, I'm an
No,
atheist?
I didn't have to swear in. Yeah, I know. Guilty story again. I know. It's yeah. But I was totally like Ron Delight. But up there, I was like, it was like, how do you plead? And I was like, oh well, you know, I guess I did. Yes or guilty or not guilty. And I'm like, do I actually have to say it? Like, oh man, I'm guilty. Felt weird.
Everyone remembers you like
I
this
did.
story, but I have no recollection of this story.
Really happened.
Hold it!
You murdered someone? Well, yeah, you go to court for the speeding ticket when you dispute it. A long story. Declare yourself guilty of retelling stories. Yes, I am guilty. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed. It seemed that they had heard of my Zvarkling reputation. My Zvarkling reputation. Oh. Zvari.
Zavarkling.
Zvarkling.
I see. Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya.
The urn was placed in a box in Zvari. It was sent to the warehouse.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Oh.
Hold it!
You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me.
Because she smashed it.
Because she smashed it.
No one is allowed to look at this urn.
It's very important and totally there. I'm not gluing it together in my apartment at night, crying.
Oh, was there a picture of it?
There was a picture of her dropping it and going, oh my gosh! And then she picked up the box and the pieces are falling the page. She's like, ah! And no! This is the worst day ever!
Huh. Interesting new tidbit.
Hold it!
So you're sure that you've never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atmey, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand.
You mean this calling card?
That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all.
Of course. Because Atmey knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him.
Oh.
Hold it!
Then no one entered the basement warehouse.
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time.
And this is the photo that proves that, huh?
Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey, Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atmey might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I take a good hard look at the court record.
Not a lot to go on in there, is there?
That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing that we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
All right, then. How do we do that?
There's one thing that Atmey stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
We need to prove that he's lying. I first received my request.
Undermass second heist on. He was stealing is directed by blackmail letters. Kane's list. I find this list doesn't have the
thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the urn.
Newspaper clipping. About the first heist. Interesting. Kane's autopsy report. Publicity photo.
Wait, what about the picture that has the urn on that? Yeah. That wouldn't count, would it?
I don't think so. Poster for the treasure exhibit, because I mean, it's just a picture of it. He just stated they never saw the urn.
God damn, though. Really making you work for this one. Well, you know what? Let's press it again in case, because we've been having a lot of those weird, like, second press.
Like, press it all the time.
Yeah. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm it yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. Sorry. However, I, Luke Atmey, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers.
We don't need to save yet. Car 10 days beforehand, I handed security by myself to ensure the crime would go smoothly.
Wait, go back one. Back one more. How did you know it was extremely valuable?
Hold it!
You mean
This calling card. That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Slime, because
You want the emblem?
making this card authentic.
Would have been child's play for him.
Okay, open up the urn box. Let's see. Wooden box is a sacred urn and it has pink stains on it, okay? Back. You can just press left and right without having to go
Yeah.
out. Adrian Andrews dropped the urn 2 weeks ago and knocked over some paint. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago and they're
2 weeks
placed in
ago.
its box, kept out of sight. 14 days. From Damascus. Why did we stop reading?
That's really like all we have for these.
Let's just
No, I
look
know the
through.
urn is worthless.
Let's just keep looking through things, man. Let's just keep looking. From Damascus second heist on. Okay. The buzzer went off. That's irrelevant to this one, yeah. That's also irrelevant.
Table of the crime scene. Connected to the basement security guard office, because this was not listed. Crown, no. Sculpture, painting, no. It doesn't have the urn in it. There was no second page, right?
No.
Okay. No fingerprints on it. Found at the first heist.
Wait, go back to that one. Okay. Just wanted to look at it. Keep going. Cerebral hemorrhaging found in the shadow of Faye's statue. It looks like it was torn
Torn
off
from
by
clothing.
something.
Mask to mask striking a pose. Found in Ron's wallet. KB security.
Wait, look at Mask to Mask striking a pose. Okay.
Strike the pose. Fountain pen in Ron's room.
What does that say?
Blackmail letter.
The red diamond you received the other day as insurance. The red diamond is in his ring.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem like what we're doing right now. If you don't want your trading revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. October 12th. I mean, that's going to be a damning piece of evidence for sure, but I don't think it's what's good right now.
No, but it definitely is a thing that is related not to Ron, but instead to Luke.
Yeah. Photos of the storm entrance. That'd be so funny if he was wearing the diamond.
Right?
Damask knocked Atmey out with it during the crime and the blow of the back of the head. Warehouse camera went off at 1 a.m. around the night of the crime. Sent before the heist. Emblem is top secret. I'll be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on this has been a question of current experiment. Take good care of the speckled urn.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, well that's easy.
Objection!
Mr. Atmey, if you really are Mask to Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask to Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Mask to Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains. And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse,
There it is. Look at how sweet she is.
Oh, look at her face.
Oh my god!
The paint and the what did she do to cause that? Did she like throw her body at something?
No! I'm very clumsy and very pretty.
The urn was broken due to human error. Or should I say, an error-prone human. Oh, she's so sweet though. I'd still take her on a desert island.
She's adorable. She's the right choice. There's the second part.
No. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst day.
Ugh, you can't be serious. She tripped on the paint can. Oh no. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Whew, spit take. And because this photo is a fake. Oh my god, just Monica, that's really good. Oh no. And spawns a chat for you there, the Android. Your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water.
That's a good picture.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
All right, that did it. He's broken.
Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh? Huh.
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Judge is like, I have all the conviction. I have so much conviction I'm giving it out, basically.
Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was masked a mask, and now we're calling him a murderer. Don't you think we're being a tad fickle?
Oh, that's a good point.
No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Might you... That was, yeah. Nick, he's getting a second wind.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Rondelite, as you say, he must have had a very good, strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Rondelite. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were.
I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious.
Getting a little too...
Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. And as much as I do want to go through this one, I don't believe we have the time.
We do not have the time.
No.
We do not have the time to find the crime.
Time to find the crime. Sorry, guys.
Bam.
Recently, video process has been taking a long time. I think it's some sort of error. So we're ending the streams a little bit before 2 hours just to make sure that they're available. I know. Time. Rip time. But I don't know. What are you guys in the mood for? I was thinking maybe a little.
We're playing Cards Against Humanity tonight.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Got it. I was testing you.
You were testing me.
Yes.
To see if I was paying attention.
Look at the image on stream. Yes, this is from Mark. I saw it in sponsor chats. Really good. Very, very good. That's amazing. That's from Just Monica.
And
Just Monica in chat.
tonight's Cards Against Humanity is going to be featuring Persona 5 spoilers.
Woo!
A ton of Persona 5 spoilers. So,
Persona 5 spoilers.
if you have not beaten Persona 5, don't come. Unless you don't care about getting spoiled, then come and
Although
have
it
a
might
good
not be
time.
as funny
It
still.
will probably not be as funny. But Why are you looking at me?
I didn't think you finished that spot.
No, I end sentences with ellipses.
Ellipses?
With ellipses, but
Goddamn kooky Canadian.
but the and it's gone.
All right, I'm gonna put these up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. So we're gonna be back again with the end of the Case 2 trial tomorrow. Actually, today is
It's Friday.
today's Friday.
Yep. That's why we're playing.
I thought today was Saturday.
No, it's Friday. We're playing.
I was so confused.
We're playing. It's Friday. We're playing a meme thing tonight.
Wait, that makes no sense.
It's Friday.
It is not Friday.
It 100% is Friday. It's Saturday today.
It's Saturday today.
It's because the calendar it goes from Monday to Sunday, and I know this is the second last day of the week, so my brain's like it's Friday.
Saturday.
100% absolutely is Friday. Oh man, that's the. I wish I had my Sunday to Saturday calendar so I wouldn't get my days mixed up. Whew. Did you miss work? Yes. You're fired. I was so sure. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to eat some crow. It is 100% Friday. Neandroid 2018. Very confident in himself. I've made a huge mistake. Oh, I should be saying these things. Thanks. I couldn't read the name of that one, but thanks. Thanks for sending the FBI. Oh, I can't read from here either. Thanks for that $5 person. Oh, man. Angriest Gamer. I always spell your name angriest with an anger because I like anger. It's fun. Whew. Oh, Tasso, daylight savings makes us +7 now. Tasso, thank you for the $5. Yeah. So we're apparently GMT -7 for half a year, and then we're GMT -8. Yuki boy! No, wait, that's Yuki 1301. Yuki 3011. Yuki. Bam.
Thanks again, guys. And I'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab 17 cups of coffee.
17 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Inject them in your veins.
I know daylight savings sucks, right? It doesn't make any sense. I wish they got rid of it.
I wish they'd get rid of it too.
I got railed on a April Fool's article that said they were getting rid of daylight savings, and I believed it. I was like, yeah, yes, finally.
That's an evil April Fool's thing.
I know, because
Like,
it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. What is the daylight savings? Is it delicious?
No.
It sucks.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I've been recovering from daylight savings since we've had it. Like my sleep schedule's all weird. My body's like, go to bed, and I'm like, it's 9:30. This doesn't make sense.
Nope. Don't go to Cup 18. It'll turn you Super Saiyan. Shouldn't I?
Yeah, be Super Saiyan. Oh, your beard would get all
See what I
spiky.
know. It's the worst. It's the worst. Then you get it back, and it's kind of nice, but they had to take it from you first.
Wait,
you know?
what?
When you get the hour back,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like, oh, I have an extra hour to sleep, but
You don't.
really. You're just getting it back.
You're just getting
They
it
took
back.
it.
They
okay?
took.
It's like me taking your bear gun. and
That's
then-
not my bear gun. I don't know why we have that or where it
don't
came
know
from.
either. Tom
It
brought
seems
it.
like a Tom thing, yeah. Where it's just like, what is this? Where did we get it?
I don't know how it works. It's pretty basic. It actually vibrates. Do people actually hunt with this? Or is it like a children's toy?
I think it's a children's toy. Well, bye.